What's going on, guys? Patrick here. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. Today we're going to be looking at the breakout that we've been waiting for so long and what the next target is for Bitcoin right now. We're also going to be looking at some altcoins and some potential upcoming trades coming in. So make sure you guys stay tuned all the way until the end because we are going to be covering everything. But let's get started with Doc BTC first. You guys remember this trade I talked about that myself and the group were entered into. We entered at around 120. We already secured some profit in the midsection, but look at it continue to go. We're looking for 170 as the second take profit. If it does hit that stage, then you guys can see that. That's 41% profit just off of two targets. Absolutely insane. We're already in pure profit. We're already moving the stop loss, so everything is green no matter what. And over the last few days, we've been securing profits on ZRX, on Binance, on BAT, on AMB. I have all of them listed on my phone daily. Every single day we've been securing them, so that's been absolutely fantastic. And like I said, I'm going to share with you guys after we go through the Bitcoin analysis some of the other altcoins I'm eyeing, some potential other altcoin trades I'm eyeing, which could lead hopefully to some results like this as well. So make sure you guys stay until the end. But if you feel like you guys are missing out on these opportunities, you want to catch more of them, you want to see more and capitalize more on the opportunities that the market is giving us, make sure you check out the first link down below in the description. I post every single one of the trades that myself and my team enter in this group, so that if you're a complete beginner, if you don't have time to do technical analysis or you don't know how to do technical analysis, you can copy our trades. We have altcoin trades, we have leverage trades, and we have the #1 community in the cryptocurrency space. And as always, 2-week, 14-day free trial going on right now so that you can test this out, see every trade that we have in the last 2 weeks, and for the next 2 weeks, you can see every single trade that we have for the next 2 weeks, completely risk-free. If you don't like it, no questions asked. We're not going to give you a hassle. You simply cancel and you will avoid getting charged. Completely free to test out. Hopefully you guys enjoy. A lot of you guys are in there already. You've been in the trades that I was mentioning right now. And for those of you who aren't in there, I look forward to seeing you in there soon. Now let's look at Bitcoin because altcoins have been doing great. But Bitcoin, as you guys can tell, has been looking even more and more interesting because we're starting to see the breakout above this pattern that's going to lead us to a target, which I'm going to talk about in just a little bit. But starting with the daily time frame, remember how we were looking at here. We then talked about it was starting to break out previously. This candle, I believe last time we were looking at it was closer to around the actual resistance. And we were talking about how the EMA ribbon was very difficult to time because it was getting narrow. It was at that point where it's not this big EMA ribbon where it's very clear to identify what direction, what the trend direction is. We had this very narrow and tight together EMA ribbon. But for those of you who have been following the channel for a while, myself and the group have been in a trade for the last week and a half at this point. It hit the first take profit early. Since then, we've just been kind of sat there waiting for it to hit the rest because Bitcoin started to go sideways. And thankfully, that was a long position. A lot of you guys do know that I kept you guys updated. We were able to secure the second and the third take profit. Patience did pay off because naturally, once Bitcoin did break out, we made a good amount of money on that. And if you used any type of exchange which allows you to leverage like Bybit and BitMEX, for those of you who don't know, there's a link to those down below as well. But then you were able to capitalize even more off of just this breakout right here. The breakout coming in, let's just say like this, right, was a 3%, maybe even a 4% move depending on where you got in. But a 4% move, let's just say 3% move to be conservative at a 5x leverage. That's 15% profit. I'll take that any day of the week, right? And I'm sure a lot of you guys would do that as well. But what's next for Bitcoin? I see a lot of people talking about this. Let's just go in and draw the line. The very obvious next resistance we have for Bitcoin is $10,000. That's going to be somewhere around here. I say the next resistance, but there is that smaller resistance that we keep talking about on this channel. A lot of people ignore it at $9,800. And if you look at previous price action, a lot of the times Bitcoin just rejects off of 9,800 and doesn't even get the chance to go up and test that $10,000 mark. So before we say $10,000, I'm going to say $9,800 target 1, $10,000 target 2. Now there is a very important condition going on right now, and that is for the volume to continue to be there. Volume took a little bit longer. I don't have it open right now, but volume took a little bit longer to pick up. Since the breakout, it did start to pick up more and more, which is obviously a good sign for us to continue on this direction. But what we need to see is a potential retest of the EMA ribbon coming up, right? And then continuing the move up. We want to make sure this is not just a fake out. The fact that we have the first candle come in green continuation is good. Now we're seeing the next one come in. We want to see where this ends. We want to make sure this isn't going to be one of those times where Bitcoin, it doesn't happen often, but it does happen, where Bitcoin pretends like it's going up and then boom, it has that big sell-off and a lot of people end up losing. Like I mentioned, I was in a trade which we already secured 3 take profits. So for now, we wait for it to either hit the 4th take profit, or no matter what happens, if it comes back down, the stop loss is moved and we're gonna be safe to close that trade in profit no matter what. And that's the really important part. Look at that, Bitcoin starting to continue to make a little bit of a climb. Let's keep this chart open. We'll check back to it at the end as well, just to see how things are looking. But the 4-hour chart looking a little more clear than the daily because the EMA ribbon flipped bullish. It's now spreading out, right? It's not as tight as it was back here, for example, and that comes in with that big move. So we're hoping, again, we can see a retest, no problem, nothing to worry about there. We just have to be careful with it breaking below. But usually on the 4-hour time frame, especially once it starts to open up a little bit, we can expect it to be in this trend for quite some time. You'll see when we broke below and we saw the EMA open up, right? We saw the EMA ribbon open up. We stayed in this for some time. This was from the 24th of June all the way until it broke above and then had the flip on the 5th of July. So that's just being an example as to how long we can expect to be in this trend. And that would be good news because Bitcoin staying in this trend, guess where we're headed to? We're headed to $9,800. If it stays in this trend for a week, week and a half, I'm pretty confident we're going to test the $9,800, maybe even the $10,000 mark. Now, if we look at the 1-hour time frame, testing the support first over here, this came in on the 22nd of July, and then it tested the support again here right after, the support test, bounced off the support, boom, boom, explosion up, and then it traded sideways, allowing the EMA ribbon to catch up, and then boom, the support was touched again. It's looking like it's trying to have another one of these candles. Bullish sign on the 1-hour time frame as well. All the main time frames to me, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the daily are above the EMA ribbon. Very bullish overall. Let's keep an eye out on the 1 hour first. If it breaks below, then the 4 hour, then the daily would be the sort of the what exactly I'd be looking for. That's the order that I would be looking for things to happen. But a few trades that I mentioned to you guys that I'm keeping an eye out on, warning, I'm not in any of these trades at the moment. However, to me, Steam is looking really good. Now, Steam, just based off of its patterns and what it likes to do, really quick, I would draw where I would say the first target for Steam would be around 2600. That would be right around here. That would be my first target. Very clear reason why. We can see that it's touched multiple times before, and not necessarily this acting as a support, but more of the fact that Steam is very clearly an altcoin that loves to have these big pumps, right? And there's some altcoins that do this, and if you can capitalize on the trends and the technicals, but mainly understanding the trends of these, being able to identify them, that could be huge for anybody trying to get in. It's found consolidation, it's found a little tight range, similar to what it likes to do usually before it has another big spike. So that's something to watch out for. Around 2600 would be the first target based off where it's at right now. That would be a quick 14-15% move. Now, warning, not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you guys what to do. I'm not personally in this trade as of right now. I might be in the future, not as of right now. But this is one that I am definitely keeping an eye out on. And another one is Ethereum. Because Ethereum, just looking at the BitMEX chart here, again, you can trade Ethereum on BitMEX or Bybit with leverage, and it's going to allow you to then multiply your gains because you obviously have that leverage. It had the first resistance over here, right? It saw the break above. That was a very nice move for anybody in that. I was not, for example, 6, 7, 8% move, not bad at all. However, this next resistance is very big, because we can see the fact that we've touched it multiple times before. We can see it acted, we usually had price stops, either supports or resistances at this range over here as well. That's roughly around $276.20 where I drew it. You guys can move it plus minus. This is rough draft of what exactly I'm looking at. But the upside to this trade is if we see a break above this. Now, it's not the time to enter yet. We're not even testing that resistance as of right now. We're not there yet. We're not seeing a break above. We're not seeing a confirmation, none of that. But if we do break above this area, then zooming out, you guys can see there's not too much stopping us. Maybe at around 291, 290 would be the next stop that we can look at, and just taking a look at what the gains would be there. That's another 5% move. If you use a 5x leverage, 25x profit, 25% profit, right? If it continues, you guys can see what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of upside to Ethereum as well, so that is definitely one that I'm going to keep my eye out on. Now, overall, the market, really quick, altcoins doing pretty well because Bitcoin had that big surge the last few days, bringing the altcoins price up. No surprise there. We see that all the time. You just take a look at the charts for a majority of these, with the exception of a few. Obviously, Chainlink's been down this week, picking up a little bit towards the last few days, but most altcoins are just in an upward trajectory, following very similar to what Bitcoin is doing. You guys can see even the exact pumps that we have here and here, and then the flat outs over here. They follow a lot of what Bitcoin likes to do. Now, big news coming in, and I want to update you guys on this. The U.S. bank regulators grant authority for national banks and federal savings associates to custody crypto. Basically, that means your banks are going to be allowed to hold crypto. Now, a lot of people are going to hate that idea. Banks are, well, crypto's supposed to get rid of banks. There is a transition period. I'm not even saying that cryptos are going to get rid of banks completely, because you have to remember, not everybody is responsible enough to hold their own money, right? Imagine if every single person in the world held on to their own cash and therefore had no support, no backup, no nothing of a bank. They would go broke. A lot of stuff would go wrong. So if anything, this might be a very good, and I think this could be a very good transition for regular people to get into crypto without having to worry about holding their own money. They can do it just like they would another account. They can open it, banks can hold their crypto. They feel safer, they feel more comfortable getting in. Maybe there's gonna be even an opportunity to buy and sell with this. We'll see how things come out. But overall, I think this is very bullish news. I'm not gonna go into too much detail on it. You guys can read up on it if you'd like. But overall, like I said, very bullish news. Now, I kept this open to take a look at what's happening. One attempt at a pump did not work for Bitcoin, so now it's coming back down, testing the support again. Let's see where this ends up. I'll upload a video tomorrow. We'll see where this price does end up, but for the most part, tons of opportunities coming in. Bitcoin seeing a nice breakout already. If you guys were in this move, then congratulations. This was a great move to be in. A lot of opportunities, like I said, coming in as well that we are keeping an eye out on. So hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, again, don't forget, leave a thumbs up. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys want to see more of in the future. And as always, be subscribed and have your notifications turned on as well. Guys, thank you so much for watching. See you guys tomorrow for another video.